welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to be back with another video because I tried to vlog last week and pretty much failed and didn't film anything all day, so I decided to scrap it, and so we're trying again today. Today is Wednesday, which explains like my outfit because Wednesdays are spirit days at my school, and with that, you also saw that I stopped at a coffee shop this morning before I came to school, which I have never done. I've actually never had coffee before school. I am not a big coffee drinker, but I just felt like it might make the week better. And it has. It's been actually really great. I probably won't do it every day or every week because I did have to drive like 10 minutes out of the way and then go to school. I just felt like today would be a great day for it because it's a spirit wear day, so I didn't need as much time to get ready because I didn't have like a super businessy outfit that I was putting together. But I already set everything up for my classroom because my freshmen always get to school really early, so everything is already set up, and I've already made 2 trips to the copy machine, so input video here. I try to have all my copies ready for the week, however, that just didn't happen, and sometimes I remember that I need to make copies of things that I forgot. So the good news is that I had a to-do list today, and I checked off everything except for like my evaluation. That's something that's gonna stay on my to-do list for a couple of weeks because I'm waiting to sign up for my teaching evaluation until we start getting into our writing unit, just because I feel like that would be a great thing for the principal to come and observe. So we're still like maybe 2 weeks away from our first essay, so I'm going to wait until I know for sure what day we're starting that, and then I'm gonna sign up for my evaluation then. But since I didn't get to show you guys like me setting up my classroom, let me show you my daily agenda slides that I get pulled up, because really when I set up my classroom, it's just I need to pull up my agenda slides and turn the lights on. Here's what my agenda slides look like for my freshmen today, first period. We did have more on this, except we have homeroom at the end of first period, so first period is shortened today, so we were gonna read chapter 6 of Lord of the Flies. Now we're not gonna have time, so I just pushed it back to tomorrow. We have our coffee shop ambiance on, which I love, and it's making today feel so cozy because also it's supposed to rain today, which I love being at school on a rainy day. I just love the way that it feels, especially when we put on the coffee shop music. And then we are working on nouns. We just recently started grammar. I wanted to start a couple weeks ago, but that's just the way the cookie crumbled. We're talking about concrete, abstract, and then collective nouns today, so I do have some examples on the board so that I can talk about them, because otherwise I cannot come up with examples off the top of my head, especially for first period. But now let me give you the rundown of my planning period to-do list / plans, because I probably won't really get to do anything during planning period, like vlog-wise, because I'm trying to be super productive with my work. This is the situation on the corner of my desk. If you've watched my other vlogs, you maybe have already seen this before, but here's how I kind of stay organized. My turn-in trays are over there in the corner. And then at the end or the beginning of every week, I take everything out of the turn-in trays and then bring them over here to my desk. This way I know if something was not turned in. My goal is to grade on Mondays and Tuesdays. Today's actually Wednesday, so I am a little bit behind for the week. Shocker. But I take everything out and I put it in this top tray to be graded, and then I put it in the order that I want to work on it. If any kids are missing any tests or quizzes, they go in this second tray, and then I keep my daily and sub binder in the bottom. But this makes it really easy for me to just grab a pile and then work on it. So that's what I'm gonna try to get through today. If I could get everything finished, that would be really great. I feel like this pile is more intimidating than it actually is. And then the only other thing that I need to grade is a paragraph that is on Google Classroom. I know that the paragraph sounds like it would be a lot. However, the way that we do writing in my class is I've already read through the paragraphs and conferenced and given feedback on them. Therefore, most of them should be pretty good because they already got feedback and then they corrected it. So if there was something that I didn't think was up to par, they already worked on it. They're also for my advanced freshman class, so I don't think that will take long at all. Plus, I already have a rubric for it in Google Classroom, so I just click the box for the score, and then it totals it all up for me, so it's actually pretty easy. So my goal is first to get the paragraphs graded, because technically these papers are, actually some of these are from this week, so it's not that big of a deal to not get them graded. Technically, I would be grading them next week. I'm actually ahead. So first I'm gonna grade the paragraphs, and then I'm gonna see how much of the grading I can get done for that. I just made copies of grammar and also the rest of our discussion questions for the Giver for my sophomore classes. I also do have extra work time today because my advanced sophomores are watching Act 2 of The Crucible. Let me just say that this has been the best year teaching The Crucible. The kids are really, really enjoying it, which makes it so much more enjoyable for me as well. I'm realizing that the third time teaching a book is the best time teaching a book. I feel like the first year, you don't really know what you're doing and you just have to take it day to day and do the best that you can. Year 2, there are still some activities that maybe you tweaked them from the year before and you're still deciding if you like them, or maybe you've scrapped things from the first year and are adding things, but then by the third year, you kind of have all the resources that you need. You kind of know what you did, you know what you did and what you liked and what you didn't like, and I'm able to supplement more, and it's just been so much fun reading The Crucible with this class and kind of getting into the history. They're also learning about the Salem witch trials in their history class, which has been really, really helpful. It was a complete accident that we timed it up that way, but awesome that we're doing these units at the same time. Really quick, let me show you guys where I am now putting my papers for the upcoming weeks. I was keeping things in this cart, which was fine, except there are so many times where I rearrange the day that we're doing something, so I don't know, maybe there's a different way to organize it, but I've just been putting everything over here on the counter. This is for my advanced 10 for later. We're not going to use it for a while. I just printed it early. Advanced freshman, my standard sophomore pile, and then my advanced 10 pile, and I have everything kind of in the order that we will use it. This to me just seems more functional, I guess, than the cart. There's more counter space and I can like visually see everything. So this is what I've been doing since the start of the school year, and it's actually working really well. All my students will be coming in at any point, so I will maybe catch up with you guys at lunch, or at least I'll see you after school. We have officially made it to lunch, and today's just like the best day. So there's like a trend on TikTok where teachers go through like what their perfect day of school looks like. That has been real life for me today, and it is so great. So first, obviously I went to the coffee shop, and that was fun, and I've never been caffeinated at school, and so that's been pretty cool. I have like a lot of energy, probably because I never drink caffeine. But also, I have my sophomores reading The Giver, which was really concerning for me at the beginning of the year because it is something that's typically read in middle school. However, teaching sophomores there, I definitely have some that read at a lower reading level. I wanted to be able to reach everyone, and I felt like The Giver was something that had such a profound effect on me as an adult reading it. So I wanted my sophomores to be able to experience that. So I had one student who came from a different school, and he said that he read it in middle school and he hated it. And he told this to the whole class. This was a couple weeks ago. And I told him, I was like, well, just like stay positive about it, and you know, maybe now that you're older you'll have a similar experience as I did and you'll actually enjoy it. And he was like, no, like I hated it. I was super bored and whatever. Again, this was a couple weeks ago. Today we are about a little over halfway through the book, and if you've read The Giver, we're at the point where he's actually starting to experience and like receive memories of things that were painful. And that same student said today, he's like, okay, this isn't what this is different than what I remember, and admitted that he's actually enjoying it. And then the other students were like, no, don't spoil it for us. And they were just really excited. And so that was really exciting for me, because it's so much more fun to read things in class that the students are enjoying. We always, of course, read things that I enjoyed to read, but it's just more fun than when they enjoy it too. And then we watched Act 2 in we just finished reading Act 2 of The Crucible, and then every time we finish an act, I show them the movie version of it. And so that's what we did today, and the weather is like, it's gloomy outside and it's supposed to rain today, and so we had the blinds closed and the lights were like low, and it was just such a good vibe. And I love the movie of The Crucible. I also love the play and think that Arthur Miller did such a great job on it. But the students today, they just looked so engaged and so interested in the movie, and it's just been such a great time teaching it to them. So overall, such a fun couple of weeks. Really, like everything's just going exactly the way that I want it to, and I just feel really, really lucky, because I've had years and units and moments that did not go well and did not go the way that I want them, so I can appreciate how awesome this has been. Anyway, for lunch, we meal prepped chili, and it matches my shirt, which is also cool. While I eat lunch, usually I just kind of like sit here. Sometimes I have lunch with other teachers. Sometimes I just appreciate just being alone and kind of decompressing to get through the second half of the day, which is only 3 periods after lunch, but sometimes it feels longer. But I'm also trying to finish The Summer I Turned Pretty, and so I'm probably gonna watch that during lunch today. All right, guys, the school day just ended, and actually that's a lie. The school day ended like 30 minutes ago, actually. Contract hours were probably like 20 minutes ago. By no means do I believe that you have to stay after contract hours to be a good teacher. However, I usually stay a little bit. Usually contract hours end at 2:55. It's 3:20 right now. For myself personally, I do feel like it's useful for me to stay a little bit, and to be honest, like me leaving at 3:30 some days doesn't really feel like a big deal to me. Sometimes I do have to get out of here right away, and today's just not one of those days. So I did take my time, and I just finished putting in a whole bunch of grades. I did finish the paragraphs, which I wanted to show you guys how I set up my paragraphs. I have my students use this for their very first paragraph that we write, and then they also have one for the first essay that we write. Then my advanced classes, they have the option on whether or not they want to use it. However, the outline that they should follow still stays the same. I do feel like this visual helps a lot of students, and it makes the writing easier, and they don't get so overwhelmed because it gives them like steps to focus on. We also color code our paragraphs, so here's kind of what that looks like. This is an example that we did together as a class, so it's not a student's work. My desk is, for the most part, cleaned up. There's only a couple of things left, so I am just going to finish organizing everything. It's not really messy, it's just extra papers just need put away. And then all of my lights, for the most part, are shut off because we watched a movie in 8th period. So there were just a couple that I turned back on at the end of the day so I could do some work. So yeah, let's get cleaned up. home from school and it is like, what time is it? It's 5:45 right now, which is obviously a little late because I think I left school around 3:30-ish. And when I got home, I have been editing stuff for mostly TikTok, except I also posted, actually I'm pretty sure I posted it on YouTube too. But that took me a while. I finished editing one of the videos and then I filmed another video. So that's what I've been doing. And so that obviously ate up a lot of time. But yesterday I was editing really late, and also I'm pretty sure the day before. When I say really late, I realistically mean like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So it's like not actually really late, but it's really late for me. But I do meet up with a friend at the gym. Actually, this is an update. Oh my gosh, wait. I have a lot of updates. First, we moved into a new house, and also Hayden moved out like 2 hours away during the weeks because he's doing his pharmacy clinicals. It really stinks, but it is what it is, and we're just getting through it. And you know, in May he's gonna graduate, and we're gonna look back at this, and hindsight is 2020, so we won't even remember how bad it really stinks. We'll just remember that we did it and it was hard, but we did it and it's over. So we're just chugging along. In the meantime, I can no longer work out at my parents' house because I now live like 30-ish minutes away from them. So I got a new gym membership, and my friend Kenzie also signed up for a membership. So we are going to the same gym and we've been going together. Sometimes it's really hard for me to go to the gym because of coaching cheer. It keeps me really, really busy, and things just come up and I have other things that I have to do, and it's just crazy. But today is Wednesday and therefore I don't have cheer. So all I need to do is pull my hair back. I do have a t-shirt. I'm not sure if I want to wear a t-shirt or just keep this sweatshirt on. I feel like it's kind of warm outside, but sometimes it feels good to like get a little bit sweaty. You feel like you did more work. I don't know. And I need to pull my hair back, and that's pretty much it. I think I need a snack because my stomach's kind of growling. I did plan on leaving here at like 5:50 and it's 4:47 now, so let's get this done quickly. There we go. How's that? Just got home from the gym, and actually before I came home I did go to the grocery store because I didn't have a sweet treat last night, so I definitely wanted one for tonight. And I found this cookie dough. It is so good, and last weekend I made homemade ice cream, so I think I'm going to make like a flurry, like a cookie dough flurry. But before that, I'm going to have dinner, and let me just say how beneficial it is to have meals prepped, because I literally pull it out of the fridge, put it in the microwave, and it's ready to go. So this week we're having, I say we, but Hayden isn't home, so it's just me. I'm having, they're called firecracker beef bowls, and we got the recipe off of TikTok, so it's not our recipe, but it's rice, ground beef, peppers, broccoli, and then on the ground beef, we made a sauce. So it was honey, sriracha, and coconut aminos, which is like a soy sauce alternative. And then on top of it, we use the Primal Kitchen Yum Yum sauce. It's so good. All right, guys, dishes are done. And then also I just meal prepped. Well, I didn't meal prep. I just had to put it in a container. My breakfast for tomorrow. So I'm just gonna put that in the fridge. And then I have my lunch already ready for tomorrow. I am eating chili again. And then the last thing that I need to do, I just need to put an Aloha bar in my lunch bag. And then usually I'll eat these after school. Tomorrow I have cheer practice, so I'll eat it on the way to cheer practice. It is now like after 9:30, which is so bad. But honestly, tonight is like my last like relaxed night of the week because tomorrow night, well, tomorrow is actually like my Friday. I randomly this week put in for a personal day because I have so many things that I need to get done. So on Friday, first, it's homecoming week for the school that I coach at, which is the high school I graduated from, which is not the same as the high school that I work at. So there are so many things that I feel like I need to get done for that. I also need to take my dog to the vet, and I need to pick up my contacts. This is all on Friday. But tomorrow is Thursday, so I do have a busy day. Like, I need to get my sub plans prepped. I need to... Actually, I don't really know. I don't know. But we do have cheer practice tomorrow, and it's a little bit longer than it normally is because we have to get ready for a pep rally that's on Friday, and we also have to go over homecoming pyramids. I am now going to take a shower. Tonight was going to be the night that I was going to be in bed by 10. It's 10:05 now. So that did not happen. I also cannot go to bed with wet hair. So I'm also going to have to dry it a little bit. I bought the mini Amika the Wizard spray, so we're gonna use some of that. I always like to try the mini before I would buy something, especially when it's as expensive as hair care products are. I'm going to do all my other nighttime stuff first. Take my contacts out, brush my teeth, and then I'll kind of dry my hair a little bit. Okay, so maybe this isn't a great representation of my true evening because it's about an hour after it normally would be. Also, I put my retainers in so I can't speak, but I have my hair dry enough that it will be okay for tomorrow. And the only thing left, well, it's not something to do, I already did it, but I will show you my outfit for tomorrow. I have this, hopefully you can see it, yellow short sleeve cardigan that I think I'm gonna wear because it's supposed to be again 70s. I'm having a lot of trouble speaking. It's supposed to be in 74 or so I feel like short sleeve cardigan would work well. And then I just have black pants. I don't know if I'm gonna wear a skinny leg or a straight leg, so I have both, and then I'll just try it on and see what looks best. And then I've pulled out a whole bunch of shoes. I don't think these tennis shoes are going to work. I feel like they would work if I had jeans, but I'm wearing dress pants, so that is maybe a no. I like the look of the cheetah print with yellow, but I haven't tried it on, so we'll see. I don't know if that's the right cheetah print. Black loafers, black flats, those are just there. So I do have options. I do like to have options in the mornings because it's not unlike me to decide that I don't like the outfit that I had originally picked out. Normally I would read a little bit before bed, but with it being almost 10:30, that's really late for me. I think I'm gonna push my alarms back a little bit for tomorrow and then just have a little bit less time to get ready. Realistically, it's doable. I like to get up at 5:15, but I think I'll get up at 5:45, get the extra 30 minutes of sleep. But anyway, if you are still watching at this point in the video, thank you so much for being here. Today has been a very productive day. I feel like I got so much done and I had a great day at school, and it was just nice to also still be able to relax. I hope to get back into the weekly vlogs. It's just that there's a lot going on right now, especially with cheer, which will be over in a couple of weeks. So with that being said, if you guys like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Good night, everyone.